Delayed but not denied. Hey y'all, hey. We had some craziness. We were just 5 minutes late and it was like it's normally 10 minutes. Maybe they changed their little stuff up.
Yeah, that's something I can think of.
But hey y'all, hey, welcome to another edition of Theories and Thoughts Podcast with your host is Anya and
Fancy.
hey y'all. Okay, so what y'all been doing? What y'all been going on? What's going on? Y'all drop what y'all been doing, what's going on in the link, in the
Comments.
comments. What y'all been going on? What's been going on? What y'all been doing? So fancy, what you been doing? What's going on? What's popping, girl?
So this weekend I began my journey of getting a life. Hey Tony.
Hey
So
Tony. Hey
I
Serena.
Hey Sharona. I am basically I'm always saying I don't go anywhere, and it's more so because I just don't make any effort to go anywhere. So with that being said, I had bought a ticket to the Boss Up brunch here in Baton Rouge. It was like a business brunch, whereas they had like a panel, and some guest speakers and everything. So I attended that, and then trying to talk about your hair. Um,
No, she's saying that's what's up
oh,
here. Cause I think she'll tell us. Go ahead.
Okay. And then also, what was I just gonna say? With the brunch, I just was really, of course, trying to network with people. But I also went to church Sunday. I haven't been to church since oh, I don't know. Like maybe since I moved back down here. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I don't think I've been since I've moved back down here. So one of my online friends, actually the one who I did the melanin 31 days of melanin shoot, she invited me to her church on Sunday. So I went there as well. So it seems like I went somewhere else, but yeah, that's kind of how my weekend has went.
Oh, okay, Tony. Tony said he's from New York, just got in from North Carolina.
And I see Alexandria is saying from Brazil. So
Okay,
Alexander.
wow. Tony Sharon is in North Carolina too. See, I told you that's what she was saying. Yes, I've been doing hair. That's it.
Oh,
Drop
okay.
me the location, girl. She's in Charlotte. I was about to say Chicago. She's in Charlotte. So last week, God, yeah, I have done so much. I feel like I've done so much. So I went to the culture tour. One of my girlfriends hit me up on Wednesday. I wanted to go, but I was like, I'm always skeptical on who I go places with. Like I don't travel with everybody. I don't go out with everybody, and I don't go to concerts with everybody. Like I'm mindful of who I deals with. So one of my girlfriends texted me because she had bought an extra ticket for one of her girlfriends and she couldn't go. So I bought that ticket. I actually sat by myself with some random people. Baby, me and the lady said, you are fun to go to the concert with. I was like, girl, I was up the whole time dancing, singing, you know me.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun at the culture tour. Baby, they did not disappoint. Do you hear me? Did not. Listen, if they come to your city, go. And then I was like, dang, the next day they was in Houston, and the next day after that, they was in Shreveport. When they break, they old men. And baby, Bobby was up there dancing and stuff. I mean, it was so much fun.
Wait, actually, you know what? Don't judge me, but when you said the culture tour, I've been thinking you've been talking. You've been talking about the Migos, and I'm now getting that this is not the Migos. So this was because I think my friend girl went to this. Yeah,
I'm done with you. It was Jodeci, Charlie Wilson, and New Edition.
Oh, girl, look, because I was really sitting here like, I don't know if I could dance to a Migos song like back to back. In my mind, as you said what you were doing, that's just kind of where my head went. But okay, got you. So, okay, that's a whole different type of vibe right there.
Yeah, so we got there late, but we got there like 10 minutes late, 20 minutes late. And baby Josie was already on stage. The girl next to me, I asked, I said, well, how many songs did they do? And she was like, Stay was their third song. So
yeah.
But Stay was good. Jodeci, and here's the thing. Everybody vocally was great. Like, it wasn't like, dang, nah, that don't sound right. And what's so crazy is Well, it's not crazy. I went to see 112, BBD, Jagged Edge, Tony, 702. I seen them early this year, and everybody's voice was in tone, and was like it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I just love the fact that New Edition puts on, like, New Edition is my favorite group ever. Like, ever. Then comes Jagged Edge.
I don't have a favorite group, but okay.
I have one. I have them. And I want to say male group because Escape is my favorite female group. So I did that. And then one of my classmates, one of my schoolmates, Christian, shout out to her, Magnolia Realtor out here in Dallas. She had a dinner party that she invited me to. And I had the taste of Caviar Taste. I think that's the name of his business. Chef Josh. And that was great as well. His food was delicious. I mean, he made this pasta from scratch. He made the pasta on her counter, and her house was just so beautiful. And he made it on the counter. Like, it was, listen, I had a great time. It was really, really, really nice. The ambiance, the people. And something about me, a little known fact, if I'm in a room with people that I don't know and they're not friendly and they don't engage me, I don't talk. Like, I'll go in the corner, literally. But I walked in and I was like, hi, and people was like, hi, I'm this. I'm like, hey, I'm Anya. Hi, I'm Anya. And people was just talking to me, and I was like, okay, I love this. I love a good crowd like that. So
yeah,
that was good. I had a great time. So whew, sis is tired. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. Because I've been tired. And then I did some spring cleaning this weekend too. So got a lot of clothes up out my house, out my room. Anywho, so Tony said I was in Little Washington, North Carolina, 252. Sharona says they'll be here. They'll be to her soon. So she'll see them too. I'm telling y'all, that concert, they give a good show. They leave it all on the stage. I don't even know how performers do it. Nevertheless, so y'all tired to talk about Willie Chris now? Let's talk Oscars. Okay, so Will Packer was the first Black African American producer to produce the Oscars with I wouldn't say it was a full Black production team.
Yeah. Shout
out to him. He's doing big things. And we have to acknowledge those things because here's my thing. Years ago, and this was something that was brought up with the whole Will and Chris situation. The year that Jaden was saying that Oscar's so white was the year that Chris Rock actually hosted. And when they were saying Oscar's so white, I kept saying, why don't we just create our own? Why are we trying to infiltrate other people's stuff that seem like they don't want us there? And that's my biggest thing. We always talk about how people don't want us in their stuff, but why be a part of their stuff? Why don't we just make our stuff as classier? That's my biggest thing. So some things, Tiffany Haddish had to get a reporter together for E, who called her dress a costume. Baby, she said, I paid for this evening gown. I thought she was right. I felt like she was right. But they do I know Wendy Williams called dresses costume. They're her outfits costumes. I don't think the girl meant any harm, but Tiffany got us together. What you was about to say?
Yeah, I think I don't think she meant any harm either. Just, and I think she handled Tiffany's comeback really well, because that could have went, another way as well. But yeah, I don't think I would have addressed it, had it been me. But I do understand where she's coming from, and especially in this day and age, whereas oftentimes people are like, oh, they're wearing this designer, and that designer gave them the dress or asked them to wear it or promote it or something. Like, yeah, right. You spent your money on this, so let that be known. So yeah.
Because a lot of people was talking about how Tiffany had, remember it looked like every award show she wore the same dress.
I remember people saying it, but I don't really remember because I don't remember what the dress looked like. So I'm not gonna say yeah I remember, but I do remember people saying it.
It was the same dress. She said she was just money work. I'm telling you, it was the same dress, huh?
You said she said what?
It was the same dress. She said she was gonna get her money's worth.
Oh, wow.
And it was the same dress, and I don't blame her. She was new in the business. And Sharona said Tiffany was quick on her feet.
Yeah, she was.
So Beyonce did Be Alive. I actually watched King Richard last night. It was good. He was getting on my damn nerves. One year she wore the same dress to every event. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Thank you for being interactive, Sharona. Be knowing what I'm talking about when Fancy don't know, because Fancy don't be paying attention to people's stuff. As I said, I ain't got time to be worried about this.
I do, but I don't. Just
I know.
Short memory.
But Beyonce sung her song "Be Alive" from the King Richard soundtrack. Blue was dancing, honey. Did y'all catch Blue? I didn't even watch the Oscars, to be honest with you. This is just stuff I just see. Research journalism shit. You know what I'm talking about. And it was shot in Compton. A lot of people said when you go from, like, when they panned out, you can see it was in Compton.
Well, that's cool. Mm-hmm. But I really think it was cool that, Blue was able to take part in that, and just how she incorporates her into her projects, and the fact that she seemed to be enjoying it. It's not like it's forced anything. And I think how they always say, like, the celeb kids, they take all these different classes and stuff, and I was thinking to myself, like, so I wonder if Blue be taking dance class, because it seemed like she probably did, so she would have been well prepared for that. So,
right,
it was cute.
She probably was like, Mom, I want to dance. I love how I agree with you. I love how they incorporate her, and Blue seemed like she wants to be there. I agree 100% with you. It never seems like she's, I gotta go do this. How we acting like they don't want to. And they allow her to be in the limelight when they want to, and then they pull her back.
Yeah.
I like that. A lot of celebrities are very private with their kids. Like when I was reading the Cicely Tyson book, I was like, what is her daughter's name? Like, nobody knows who her daughter's name. She called her Jane in the book. Really? Joan in the book. That's not her name. Her name ain't Joan. Her daughter lives a private life.
Wow.
Hey, bro B, how you doing, baby? But did y'all catch Zendaya? Y'all do know it's wine down. Do y'all have y'all wine with y'all? I'm drinking Stella Rosa Black.
I don't know what I'm drinking. I don't know. My boyfriend bought me this for Valentine's Day. I'm just finishing it off. But yeah. As far as Zendaya, I was like, people be on their phone throughout everything now, and you never know what they're looking at. So, because I was about to say, like, think about how people be like, oh, they on their phone in church, but they could be looking at the Bible. So you don't know what she was looking at. And it just seemed normal. Like, anywhere, I do try to be more mindful and not pull my phone out, but I'm not gonna lie, like, everybody around me, I notice they're gonna have their phone out. Like, there's just gonna be times when you not paying attention,
See, she says Stella Rosa is only 8%. I got listen.
They don't do that for me, Sharona. I don't know. My boyfriend really like Casamigos, and I just be like, I don't see what I don't know, but he be the one fixing the drinks. But I be like, fix it strong, but I just don't be getting that from him.
It's actually 5%, and I'm okay with that. I don't want to be on here tipsy and juiced up. I could drink the whole bottle and be fine. Have fun. Sharona always trying to talk about me. Anyway, I feel like people don't pay attention to things a lot no more. This guy was dating. Well, one thing I love is when he was with me, he don't ever touch his phone. So it makes me uncomfortable to touch my phone. So I don't touch my phone either.
Yeah.
I mean, and I love it. He's attentive.
Yeah, actually, I realized, like, when I go by my boyfriend's house, I just put my phone on the charger and I don't normally touch it either. Now, him, on the other hand, it's like he be up folding clothes and so on. So I do still feel like he kind of touches his phone more than he should, but I do be feeling that way. Kind of like, if I'm with you, I don't want to, just have that
compete with everything.
Weird to me how people do that now, but so many people do it. The whole time you're having a conversation with people, sometimes they're just still on their phones. So,
hey, Simone says she's from Beatonford,
Buford,
South Carolina.
Hey,
Checking us out. Thank you for checking us out, honey. We're on the wind down. So I be on my phone because like we was watching the movie the other day, and I was like, something had came in. When I'm watching the movie, I Google stuff that's in the movie, like the actors. I want to know what they doing now, what they look like.
Yeah, I do be doing it. I'm trying to see what other movies they done played in because we love to like who the person, what other movies we've seen the person in. It's kind of
right. I'll be like, oh, they look familiar. Let me see. Sharon says, and there could have been texting her boo, Tom Holland, whoever that is.
Tom Holland.
I'm gonna have to look him up. See, I ain't gonna look him up on here. I think even sometimes I find myself grabbing my phone while we're on. Like I be like,
yeah, you do.
You know, like there's something like if somebody texts me, like I gotta text them right back or something, and I be like, they know I'm on a damn podcast. Let me get my wine real quick.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but I was just saying, you might know Tom Holland from Spider-Man, though. That's who that is.
Yeah, I see Sharona says Spider-Man. Okay, so wrapping up Oscar talk. I got my notes. I'm not looking at my phone. My phone's over here. My notes over here. Will and Chris. So we're gonna make it fast. Y'all probably be done with it or whatever. So yeah, do that before you see the film. It's distracted as hell. Okay, Simone. I'm a try. I be watching movies at home. But I was with him and he didn't see, I don't know. Because I was kind of leaned in on him watching the TV. But that is true. I need to do better. I'm gonna do better, Simone. I'm gonna do better. Okay, so Will and Chris. I wasn't watching the Oscars. Only thing I seen, I was on my phone though. And I seen everybody start posting, hey Danae.
Hey, Danae.
I seen everybody posting about the Will and Chris situation. Like, did Will just do that? Did he do that? And when I first seen it, I thought it was fake. It looked fake. It looked like he didn't hit him. It went past his face. And then I was like, oh, that was fake, whatever. Until one of my girlfriends posted a Twitter where it was unedited. And I said, oh, that was real. Because then he said, keep my wife name out your effing mouth. So, thoughts, fancy, and I'm gonna circle it back up, and then we're gonna go with our theories and thoughts question. Our theories and thoughts question of the night is, and y'all put y'all answer in the comments. Is it on site when someone talks about your mate, or do we have to wait to address it due to where we're at? So that is the theories and thoughts question of the night. Is it on site when somebody disrespects your mate, or do you wait to address it after a while, considering where you are? So, okay, I'm gonna read the comments after we give our thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay, now are we giving thoughts on site or just thoughts in general on
thoughts in general, and then you can answer the question.
Okay. Well, overall, I do still understand that I posted this on my Facebook and Instagram, but I understand why Will hit Chris. You know, I get that part, and I do believe that it was like a lot of buildup from just things that have occurred. It just seems like it's been a lot over the past year, if not years, because I don't remember when entanglement began. But at the same time, also just being a Libra, I just know how I can overlook a lot of things and then I can snap. And I kind of think it was a moment like that. With that being said, of course, you know, I'm looking at it like, oh, I hate to see two black men do this on live TV. But as somebody pointed out, if this had been two white men, then it would have just been a disagreement and it wouldn't have been such a thing. And we have to stop setting those type of standards for ourselves. That kind of made me rethink that original thought. But I do believe that it could have been handled differently. And like if somebody else was just kind of giving some examples, it hit me like Will is a comedian as well. So he could have easily came back and, said something verbally as opposed to having, resulted to physical measures. But what I've been most like, there's two things actually that I've just been more focused on. One is the Tay Diggs reenactment that I just feel like was just the funniest thing ever.
It was better.
Look, that has made my whole week. So, if y'all haven't saw it, it's on the Swagger Magazine page. But I think that he really deserves some type of award just for that, just because it was so hilarious. But aside from that, what I've really noticed is that I didn't realize so many people. Okay, I'm trying to find the right words to work to the right way to say this, but somebody was just like really just like they had a lot of opinions about it. And what it all kind of boiled down to is Jada is an alpha female, and a lot of men don't seem to like, they seem to feel like, oh, the look that she gave him is the reason why he reacted that way. Initially, when I saw the look, I thought that, yeah, that's why he reacted that way. But I more so thought that she was hurt and he saw the look and he was hurt for her. But as I've just kind of been listening to other people, I've noticed that a lot of people seem to think that the look was more so like her checking him and, just like a look of expectancy. And it seems that a lot of people are upset about that because, just as if to say, oh, she got him whipped or something like that, and that she's not worthy of him being whipped. But I'm just like, if they chose to stay in their marriage, then I don't think it's any of our business, really, if she's worthy or not. Obviously, she's worthy to him in his eyes. But those are, I think that kind of sums up all my thoughts. Is it on site? I'm not a violent person, y'all. So I would more than likely, I would be like checking the environment and so on. I don't ever want to end up in no jail type of situation. So I'm definitely not going to be hitting nobody on camera, at least not where I know it. Like that was, you know what I mean? Like that's just, you can't deny that you didn't do it. So that's kind of one thing those are the thoughts that I had on the matter.
Okay. So here I go. And I refreshed my lip gloss because it wasn't off, but I just like it to look darker so you can see the color. I don't know. So here goes. I'm going to answer the question first. On site or do I wait? It depends on the situation. First thing, the joke wasn't that funny and the joke wasn't that bad. That's just me. The joke wasn't horrible. To me, it wasn't distasteful. Chris Rock is a comedian. Comedians talk about stuff. If you're in the audience, you are one of those people. Now, y'all know people be pulling out receipts. Angela Rye, and I was gonna put this on the Theories and Thoughts. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the Theories and Thoughts IG page, so make sure y'all following. Angela Rye posts a video of Jada Pinkett Smith talking about how she loved her bald head. And how it's so beautiful and it's so freeing and it's that a third. So it's the avenging of it. Now, let me say this. First reaction was, I hate to see two black men do this because they already think that we're animals. I actually posted on my Facebook. They already think that we're animals. So why give them something else to talk about? A lot of people were saying this is the blackest Oscars ever because of this. And somebody was like, why y'all correlate violence with being black? No, that's not it. Now, I do feel like if it was a white man, he would have got escorted out the door. I feel like he should have been escorted out the door. He shouldn't have been able to win his award. They shouldn't, if they're talking about stripping it now or whatever, they should have stripped it then. They should have never gave him the opportunity to get it. They should have got him up out of there right then. I don't care. Because if it was a white man, they would have done it. I feel like my first thoughts is, I don't care if you're trying to avenge your wife or whatever. It was a joke. He's a comedian. It happens. Point blank, period. He's a comedian. That's what happens. Do you want your husband to step up for you? Yes. I read something and it said, and it was, I thought that's what you was talking about when it says the alpha female is like the devil. People think that feels like she's the devil. Jada is an alpha female. And here's the thing. After reading Will's book, I finished it last week. After reading his book, and Bo just said it, he is reliving his mother's history. If you read his book, Will is a coward. Will is a coward. He says how he felt that he did not stand up for his mother. And then there was other instances in his life that he did not stand up for himself in different situations. Like when he was in high school, he got beat up and different things. So with that, you know, we don't know what else he was dealing with. Excuse me, because people be dealing with stuff that we don't know that they're dealing with. They could have had a ton of things happen and he snapped. There's a whole damn show about it. There's a show named Snap, because sometimes it's not even what you do or what happened, that whole situation. It's the last straw and it makes you pop off. You know? So I just was like, it's like my mind kept changing on, you know, what was it cool? Was it that? I feel like he should have just let it go and talked to Chris afterwards. But now I'm understanding that there's more history behind it. And maybe Will has already told Chris to stop doing it, to stop talking about his wife, is what I'm understanding. Because I seen I seen where one of the magazines are reporting that they're going to do a red table talk on the history between Chris and Will Smith. And him telling him not to talk about his wife. So if that's the case, if he's already told you numerous times to stop talking about his wife, and you keep doing it, it's on site. Like I've warned you, I've told you, I've let you know what it was and what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Hats off to Denzel. Because Denzel is the GOAT. Denzel, Tyler Perry, and Bradley Cooper. Denzel and Tyler checked on Will. I feel like people should have checked on Chris, but maybe Chris was somewhere else. Well, Denzel checked on Chris. But you typically check on the person who did the aggression to see where their headspace was. And Bradley talked to him too. And Denzel came and talked to Chris and Jada. What you was about to say?
I just wanted to make certain we did acknowledge their comments. But
I was about to do that. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you want to do it? Go ahead.
Well, I see that. Oh, I think what? Oh, okay. Wait, actually. Well, Danae said first on site.
No, above that.
Oh. Where?
So Danae said, "Hey, lady," and then she said, "Chris deserved it, and at the time, it's none of my business." And yet, #correct. Protect Black women. Somehow, I don't know what she meant by 2 times. Then Bro B said, "No, he smacked him. He did smack him." Then Danae said, "On site," and you go ahead.
Okay. So Sharona said, depends, but potentially on site. I agree, Sharona. I think it depends. Bro B said depends on your status. I'm wondering if he's saying it depends on if you're actually married or not. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, maybe she's talking about when Chris Rock also hosted was it in 2016 when he
it was in 2016 when he said that how Jada's gonna boycott when she wasn't invited.
Okay. So Sharona said Will is trying to become the person Jada keeps talking about, so he had to handle it. I do believe there is something there, Sharona. I hadn't read the book, but I just kind of sense it with things. So Tiffany Nicole said it depends on the situation. At an award show on TV, nope. On the streets or at the club, absolutely.
Agree.
Bro B, this is when he said he was reliving his mom history. Tiffany Nicole said, I might not put my hands on you, but my mouth is a lethal weapon and you will know this ain't what you want. And that was another thing too. I said, Will's a Libra. He could have made a comeback just from that alone. Right? I hate these 2 good friends. Relationship is at odds because of this, the jokes on them. I do hate to see like 2 legends in this type of situation.
Right.
Sharona said the hosts were cracking jokes on people all night. Nobody else jumped up. Will shouldn't have either. Agreed. Tiffany Nicole said, "Oh wow, that explains a lot. He broken. Chris got slapped for something that didn't even have nothing to do with him. Mind blown."
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Chris looked like he got.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looked like he. I commend him for just, but I do feel like there have been other instances where comedians have been hit before. So, like I ain't gonna say it comes with the territory, but I think they'd be prepared for it.
Yeah.
Nicole said, I think Chris was somewhere getting cooled off, probably when you were talking about the Chris. Okay. So Simone Taylor said she's coming to acceptance about alopecia. I have it too, and I feel that Will was right, and it wasn't a joke. He referred to G.I. Jane, a shaved head woman. Plus, Rock's company is to entertain white folks at our expense. Lastly, Rock made a film about Black women and our hair, all intentional the first time.
You know what? And he did, and I thought about that too.
I thought of it too.
And I actually watched it, Good Hair. And that was because of his daughter asked him a question, why she don't have good hair. So yeah. And Simone, did you see the video? I'm gonna post it on our page, on our IG. Make sure you like our IG page, and I'm gonna repost what Angela Rye posts. And it's basically her. I don't so much agree with her just now coming into acceptance with her alopecia, because on the video she was like, I love that this is so freeing and this, that, and third. But here's the thing, people lie all the time. People will make you think that they're okay and then really not okay. Oh, okay. She said she watched the video.
Oh.
So I think Tiffany Nicole said protect Black women. On that note, protect Black women. Cory Booker, big. Cory Booker did a whole thesis, synopsis, everything, baby. Hats off to Cory Booker. I thought I liked him for a reason. Cory Booker gave Ketanji her flowers, baby. He gave it to, and I appreciate it. And he did it in front of everybody, And y'all, did y'all see the post about Mitch McConnell? Mitch McConnell was like, after review, he can't with a clear heart vote for her. And baby, one of his followers got his ass together. She was like, oh, so you was pushing a rapist down our throat. And this, I was like, get him together, sis. And she was white, but get him together, sis. But Ketanji held her stride. And I absolutely appreciate that, because she showed strength, beauty, and dignity. I seen the picture of her daughter looking on to her and smiling. Absolutely love that. Her husband crying when she's talking about him. No matter what color he is, she loved her husband. And a lot of people was comparing that to the Will thing. It was like, you don't think her husband wanted to pop off? But again, we don't know what was going on in Will's mind. But you had thoughts on Cory and Ketanji?
Cory was doggone near fangirling, seems like it. But I mean, it was nice. It was really nice. And he was very thorough. The Harriet Tubman thing, I was kind of thrown by, but it was a really good speech and, really sweet. So, and I think that was really something you don't normally see in those type of processes, so for him to do that and just for her to be the recipient of it, I think that was really important. And like he said, that she reminded him of his mom. He seemed like he was about in tears when he said that part, and his cousins. So it was really nice of him to do that. I think like that's gonna be a very memorable moment, seems like, from her, when you're thinking about all the other hell that you've had to go through with all the rest of these people.
Right. Last but not least, when it comes to the with our news this week, the lynching act has been signed. Why the hell it ain't been signed? Why? I won't know. I want to go through. Are you two sisters? No, we're not. I want to go through and look at what senators didn't agree to it. Like I'm really gonna do that. I'm really gonna look and see who didn't. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? That should have been anonymous. I mean, not anonymous, but what's the other one? Unanimous.
But the crazy thing is that even in this day and age that we have to be, still reinforcing these type of acts or writing these type of acts, I guess that'd be a better word, writing these type of acts. in 2022. But there have been lynchings in the recent years, so that's a really crazy thing.
I'm just strong. I'm just strong. Do you want to go ahead and run the commercial and then we talk about this month's guest?
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, why are you here with me?
Right.
Like, we do need men, and I had a chance to just talk to her and tell her, and she was like, well, you doing all this, that, and third, and I say, I have to.
Drop the mister, just call me Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Okay. Hey, girl.
I don't need nothing, no, sis.
You don't need to work on that. Maybe this right here. You good.
Because Liz, so, Sam. What the Well, thank y'all for joining us for this episode of Theories and Thoughts Deep Dive.
I went on and reposted before I forgot because I knew I would forget. This month is Women's History Month. It is also Literary something month.
March into Literacy Month.
Is Literacy Month. And also within that, we had Media Day. So we tried to encompass if you're ever wondering how we pick our guests, we try to encompass people who fit whatever the month is, the month theme. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It is what it is. Our first guest this month was Carly. Read with Carly. Carolee. It feels like forever. When I looked back at the sheet, I was like, dang. So Read with Carolee has a reading, a place where authors who are not as big can come in and discuss their book. Their books, they have books with disabilities, right?
No, but she promotes diversity.
Diversity, that's what I was saying. I know it was a D word. Diversity. So she has all different authors from all different backgrounds that promote diversity. She also will be doing a tour this summer, she said. Mm-hmm. So that was really good to talk to her. Her business had to shift gears during the pandemic, so it became online. So what is it? www.readwithcarly.com.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
That is right. But that is correct. And also her YouTube is Read with Carolee as well. So you all can find all the videos there because that's how she shifted going from in person to the video format where she interviews the different authors and so on.
Right. And it was really good because I'm dyslexic, so having an author read it and everything, that would have been so good. And we actually talked about that, how these Black authors need to have an audio version to their book, because sometimes I don't have a chance to sit down and read it, but I can listen to it because that's what I do. Me and Fancy both listen to books. Right now I'm listening to I'm listening to a book that Will talked about a lot of books on his name. I'm actually listening to a book right now that he talked about, and it said that he talked about that Jada read, and it's called When Things Fall Apart. So that's what I'm doing now. I had to break up between Will's book and then I listened to Elin Harris Basketball Jones. So I primarily like self-help books and autobiographies and biographies, but I think I'm gonna start breaking it up with, a book, a random just book.
I wish I had the time. I just couldn't, but I do.
I listen to them. I don't read them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, because hell, I guess the books I be listening to be so long. I read a lot of business books though too.
That's what I'm saying. I do a lot of business books, autobiographies and stuff, self-help.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so I'd be wanting to stay on a business subject. I just can't. I don't know. For me, as badly as I would love to read some fiction books, I just can't incorporate that into my thing just yet. Maybe I'll in a few years or
I was
so.
going to say, actually, you can if you did it. I actually got through that faster than I got through the will book and the self-help and all of that. Because before will book, I had Cicely Tyson. But you see, if I'd have put something in between that, then did anyway. So Sharona said that's a great book. She had to read it in school. What school, girl? 35? How old is that book? Next we have Bridget Taylor of
Taylor Cares.
Taylor Cares. Thank you. Of Taylor Cares. They actually there was actually a MS walk here in Dallas this past weekend, and I was not able to join Bridget. Bridget is one of my sister friends who has been battling MS. She actually broke it down because I didn't know what MS was. I just knew that people got it. Multiple sclerosis. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, she said she read that at the Great Southern University. Okay.
And she said 35. Girl, you didn't read that at 35. I don't remember that. But I didn't read them books that they had. I wish they had Audible back then. Shit. Maybe I would have read the summer reading list. We went to a college prep school and I got dinged for it because I didn't read the books. Because when you come back in, they do you have to do like a book report or some other stuff. And this was not what I was gonna do. The next week we had the beautiful fancy. What you about to say?
I was trying to think of what I was going to add to as far as with Taylor Cares, but I didn't really have much to add other than the fact that I do think I didn't, like you said, where you were saying that we didn't know what multiple sclerosis was initially. And so just for those who don't know, it is like a miscommunication between the brain, I think, and the nerve system, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, she said that it's that there's different things on there that it's a disconnect.
Yeah.
I'm checking to see when this book came out.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna read ECCBA comment. So impressed the way she held her composure and elegance in the face of the devil. Really wish Will could have and would have done the same thing. But now in the face of all of those white people in control of the Oscars, we look like what they have called us forever. N-word. Didn't even know that Samuel Jackson won his first Oscar as well. Just so disappointing. All that over alopecia. I can't imagine if we had of psoriasis like I do. He might have shot Chris Rock. Okay. All righty then.
Okay. But that's deep. Sharona did come out in 1996, so you might be right. You're not always gonna look up stuff. What I was about to say, and yeah, that might be why I didn't, because I didn't know. So that must be a black author because they had us reading black authors. And she didn't. Don't be impressed by her because she could have grabbed him. Sorry, not sorry. I feel like Jada could have grabbed Will. Okay, so the next week it was Fancy. Fancy was talking about the importance of media and media matters. You want to say something?
No, not really. I don't feel like I did really well on the interview. I will say that, but yeah.
Why not? Why not?
I don't know. It's just something about it, just kind of my mannerism, and it's odd because like we know each other, we do this every week. So then being interviewed shouldn't have been that hard. And I don't normally struggle through interviews, but I think I have to do interviews in a certain mood. I don't know. I mean, it was the usual time, so I don't know what it was. But yeah. And Sharona said that was a black author, I think.
Yeah, because they had us read black authors. They made that's one, because 35, like you had to take a test to get in there. And then like you just had to rise to the occasion.
Okay.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate that.
Oh, ECCBA said not Jada. Sorry, impressed by Ketanji. Thank you. Because I said don't be impressed by Jada. So last week we had Andromeda on What She Wins Society. I actually reached out to my old best friend. We stopped being friends going on 6 years ago. My birthday week will be 6 years. Because she said I wasn't a good friend. And it made me think about, it wasn't that I wasn't a good friend. It's just I couldn't communicate to her when she had hurt me. But only thing I would say is I didn't want to be her friend anymore. And she got tired of that. She got tired of that. And it wasn't that I didn't want to be her friend. I didn't want to talk to her in that moment. in those moments that she had really hurt me. So instead of saying you hurt me or whatever, I just was like, I don't want to be your friend no more. So communication is very important in a sisterhood, you know. And now I found in my past that it was hard to really tell somebody that I love, that I really care about, how they hurt me. Like I could go off on somebody and let somebody know, read them fulfilled if it's somebody on the street. But if it's somebody that's close to me or whatever, it was just harder, you know, and then it just built up. So I really was impressed by that when she said that, because a lot of times we don't talk about that when we're the person that messed up or what have you. So
yeah, it's funny that we had that conversation last week, because my daughter had like basically came to me yesterday, and she was just kind of like having a situation with one of her friends, and once she kind of summed up everything, you know, she was just kind of like, oh, I think I'm just gonna cut her off. And first I was like, yeah, that's what you should do. And then I thought back to that, and I was like, no, you should have a conversation with her first and let her know, you know, the behaviors that she's displaying that you don't agree with and how they make you feel. So I gave her a little talk. I don't know if she actually did it or not. I actually have to ask her about it, because I know she was just like really at the point where she was just like, you know, then it's this and then it's that, and I just don't want to deal with this person anymore. And I was like, dang, because you know that's not dealing, just, you know, that's not normally her. So it was just kind of weird.
And that's the biggest thing. It's like when you get to a point, you're just like, I don't want to deal with that no more. Like, I don't want to deal with that, and you should know better. And you feel like people should know better. But in actuality, people don't know that their actions hurt you a lot of times. Right. And that's what I told her in my message to her. I was like, you've hurt me several times, and I shouldn't, and I didn't put this part in there. And I should have been like, you ain't no good friend to me. But the last straw for her was I actually did use my words and said, I can't talk to y'all right now. I didn't say that I didn't want to be their friend. I just said, I can't talk to y'all right now. Give me some space. I need some space. And that's when she decided, she said that I wasn't a good friend. It wasn't a time that I said I didn't want to be her friend no more. But me and her on Facebook now, I don't desire to have a relationship with her anymore. For many years, I was upset about it because she was like my sister, like literally. But it just taught me, you know, when Andromeda talked about that, you know, the She Wins Society. And I like how she said that she put people out of her group. If you know, being messy and stuff, and it's really, excuse me, I told you I was tired. It's my my meds. But she's real about creating a sisterhood, and I really like that. So you guys check out She Wins Society. Those were all our guests for this month. We had some dope guests. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed our guests this month. Next week we will be talking about suicide in the Black community. With Tazara Moore. We'll be talking to her. And it's really stemmed. I don't know if I told you guys. Did I mention it about my friend's suicide on here?
Yeah.
So it stems from that. A guy that I had met that I was chatting with or whatever. I won't say we dated because we didn't never get a chance to go out. He killed himself back in February 15th. And Tazara actually knows him too. And she said she was on the stream. So we're not going to relive that, but we're going to talk about suicide in the Black community because it seems like so many Black men are committing suicide. So you guys tell y'all friends to join us next week with our guest, Ms. Moore, as we discuss suicide in the Black community because it's real. And before we used to be like, oh, that was a white. When you heard somebody say that somebody committed suicide, we'll be quick to say, oh, that was a white person. But no, it's real in these streets, and it's Black people, and we need to get a hold of it though. Tonight I am wearing my earrings from Sanita's Designs, my Black ones. I actually wore Breeze earrings to the concert, and everybody gave me compliments. People was like, where do I? First of all, let me say this: whenever I wear any pair of earrings, people ask me where I got them from. So that's that on that. My lip gloss is the new Cream La Cream from the Candy Lady. It's my new nude. And my eyeshadow is also from there as well. Brandy Gray in the comments. I absolutely love it. This is my new favorite because I love a good nude because I'm so light. I mean, I love colored lips, but for the most part, especially because my hair is red, I feel like my hair makes the statement, and I just want to just nude everything else. So that's why I don't really wear eyeshadow a lot no more either. Um, I have on my our stories, our struggles, our success. You know, I was gonna say, does that say ancestors? That would be good. You're welcome, Mama. And Brandy was featured in on the news in Houston for the Turkey Leg Hut had some type of fest or fair, and she was there, and it's all on her page, the Candy Lady. Fancy. Oh, you can find me at, I was about to say, did you have anything else?
Yeah, I haven't.
You can find me at www.ladyceo, lady spelled with the ICO.com. Also, my link tree is Lady CEO. My email is ARNYA at ladyceo.com. I don't know why I'm yawning so much tonight. I am Lady CEO on all platforms, and in Clubhouse, I am Lady CEO. Fancy.
So I'm not wearing anything in particular, but I am wearing my Theories and Thoughts t-shirt, but let me try to show it to y'all. But it was specially made, so I don't really see how, but y'all can check it out still. But I'm trying to think of all the things that I need to tell y'all. Okay, so tomorrow is the Her Money Matters event. It's going to be taking place on Air Meet. Registration has closed. So if you have registered for the event, though, do make certain that you check your email to get the event entry link so that you will be able to get into the event tomorrow. Next week, I'm going to be at the marketing tea presented by Glambitious in Atlanta. So I'm going to have to leave from the event and do the show from my hotel room there. And then I have some other announcements. I'll just make those later on. But yeah, so that's what I have coming up.
I'll be in Atlanta next weekend.
Next weekend? So the weekend of the 9th or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to make sense. So I'm going to be there the 4th through the 6th.
And I'll be coming on the after you. Yeah, I've been in Atlanta that week for a pageant. I'm doing some with the pageant. I need to contact her and find out what she wants. I want to say this real quick. We are available for hosting your events and different things and covering your events, interviews and all of that. So if you want Theories and Thoughts to be a part of that, me or Fancy, or both of us, or however way we can do that, you can contact us at theoriesandthoughts@ladyceo.com. Why? I had a blank. Theories and Thoughts at ladyceo.com. If you'd like to be a guest. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I'm so tired. One of my girlfriends asked me that earlier. I really think it's my medicine side effects. Theories and Thoughts at ladyceo.com. If you would like to be a guest, if you would like to, we also, if you guys don't know, we do have vendor spots. It's $25 here on the podcast. So if you would like your commercial to run or us to talk about it, I do go to bed, girl. Talk about your product or what have you. You can send it to us as well. Like on Wind Down Wednesdays, on Wind Down Tuesdays, you can send us some wine or something for us to wear, stuff like that. We do take all that stuff. So I'm just saying. I'm saying. Anyway, we'll talk to you. What you about to say?
Ma'am, I did not get my plugs out. Okay, I'm trying to get to them, but you started with the.
You say you gonna say, baby? I thought you was done.
I was gonna save the other announcements for later,
I thought you was done. My bad. Go ahead.
No. So y'all can find Swagger Magazine on all platforms as swagger.net and Swagger Magazine across all social media, of course. And then you can find me at Fancy Swagger on all social media outlets. And my link tree is Fancy Thoughts. So my books are also there, guys. I knew it was something else I did this weekend. I took part in the South Lunch for the second anthology that I contributed to. I Am a Black Woman by visionary Dr. Carolyn. Dr. Carolyn Williams or Stevens, because I really want to call her by the wrong last name, but I'm certain if you know Dr. Carolyn though. But link to the book is on my Facebook page, as well as I'll be sharing it some more across my social media. I just wanted to note that because I don't think I've mentioned that I did contribute to that book, and it was like a really personal one for me because I talk about mental health like in great detail. That's what my chapter is about, and I just kind of wanted to do something for the women in my family. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with y'all, so y'all can check out that book, and it is on Amazon now.
And I purchased both.
Thank you. Okay, so that's it, right?
That's it.